Hey guys, my purpose is not to bash or insult anyone's feelings, beliefs, or lifestyle. I'm not here for that. I'm just here to address the issues we might all be facing at any given time and hopefully experience growth with all. While having fun doing so, I hope to encourage my listeners to be more creative, process life better, and most importantly and productively, use your voice. Outspoken. What's up, y'all? It's Tanya on the microphone, and you're listening to Outspoken, the podcast. Now, before we get started, I wanted to send a shout out to our sponsors over at Rap Inc. Recommend to check out their website. They have some really nice, innovative products, really cool tech gear, and they also have promotional materials, business cards, banners. They do that graphic design too. So check them out at www.rap-inc.com. Now, with that being said, let's get started.
Thank you so much for joining us today. You are now watching Outspoken, the podcast. And it's myself, Tiny, we got Eb, and we got Miss King.
Light Skin Ebony, what's up?
We all here
King
together.
in town.
Yes,
I am in town, y'all. All the way from San Marcos, which is close to Austin and Texas.
Where all your exes be.
We left our exes in Texas, y'all.
I ain't got no exes over there, but I can drop them all off over there. Don't worry about it.
Send a destination and the location, and we'll post
But
it
don't
on
send
our
them too
Facebook.
many of my damn way, because I want them, that,
Well, hold on.
not so many exes floating around.
Well, first of all, what the fuck kind of bitch you think I am? We ain't got too many exes over here, family. But shit, I'm gonna send the horrible ones that way. That way.
All right, today's topic we wanted to give light to, and also, get a little serious about it, because as y'all may know, this month is October and it's National Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And we actually wanted to touch that topic and hopefully be able to reach a lot of our viewers, not just women, not just men, but kids,
Children.
Everybody that's been through some type of a domestic violence dispute or whatsoever in their lifetime, or coming across that in the future. Definitely that's a very touchy subject, but we wanted to touch on it today. Okay. Now, just to keep y'all in mind that it actually was acknowledged back in 1989, the Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and years later, how many years later? About what?
Shit, we're in 2020.
2020.
At least almost 20.
I ain't counting now, but it's been that long.
It's been a long time that us women, men, and children have gone through it, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. So definitely let's go ahead and touch on this topic today. Domestic violence, right? What is considered domestic violence?
Mental abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse,
monetarily.
spiritual abuse. Even could break your soul down. So soul abuse. I mean, it's just a bunch of avenues that can connect to it. A lot of people think it's just physical. It's not.
It's not just physical.
It's not. Verbal.
One of the biggest issues is verbal abuse.
Mental.
And being able to identify it is something that is major, and it is a hard thing to come by, being able to identify it, because phone's off now. Phone's off. Let me make sure mine is off too.
Hello. Huh? I did them earlier, but I'm doing the podcast right now. All right, apologize.
Yes. So in a recent article that was posted on the NCTSN site, which is the National Children Traumatic Stress Network site, they're saying that physical violence is often accompanied by emotional abuse and a controlling behavior as part of a much larger systematic pattern of dominance and control. And me and my co-host, we've touched base on it a lot and actually decided, like, okay, is this something that we want to touch? And actually it is, because each one of us have actually experienced it in some form of fashion, and we're just going to touch on that today. I myself have dealt with physical and verbal abuse when I was 15. I was in a relationship. I shouldn't have been in a relationship at 15, but shit happens. And my partner at the time was much older than me, and it was more so, as I look at it as an adult, it was more so of a control issue. I've been hit over the head with a gun. I've been had a gun pointed to my face. I've been threatened in the past by them, and that relationship lasted about 4 years. I was young, didn't know no different, you know. But I wouldn't wish that upon anyone. We've seen it a lot in the news. A lot of celebrities have gone through it. One of the biggest topics, one of the biggest news was Rihanna and Chris Brown in the past. And, you know, I admire how they pretty much handled it. They addressed it in the past. And I admired how she moved on and he moved on, even though it was something that, I mean, you're fighting in between emotions. Me personally, I'm saying that you're fighting in between emotions, both the abuser and the victim. And sometimes, many cases, the abuser seems to portray themselves as the victim, not even recognizing that they are actually the abuser. So it takes a lot for the abuser to recognize that they are being abusive and controlling. And a lot of times that has to do with, on a personal level, for me looking at it, a lot of times it has to do with a lot of egotistical values, a lot of ways that they're seeing themselves as themselves a victim. Sometimes it's a mental issue, a lot of schizophrenia, a lot of bipolar. You know, so
I ain't an abuser.
And a lot of times it's like prey upon prey. You know, predator upon prey. A lot of narcissistic patterns that we don't see, especially if you're growing up as a female or as a male, and you're growing up in an environment where you're not getting that love and attention in your family structure or your just environment altogether, that you seek it elsewhere and not seeing what love really is. So it comes down to self-love. That's what it comes down to.
It's not only mental, drugs to play a part where it can manipulate an individual's mind frame to go ahead and react the way they react, you know, towards a loved one that they can't control.
Be monetarily, and sometimes you got people that are abuser. They are the ones that are the breadwinners, and so they will take the money and control it and won't give you any money. So therefore, it's even hard to leave the situation because they have all the money. So if they got the money,
they're useless.
They're
so
breaking you down
because they're breaking you down to the point where you feel useless, you feel worthless,
and also
you feel like there's no avenues out there for you to go ahead and move for yourself.
And it's safe haven places. There's people out there that's got shelters and different places that you can go to. You don't want to, but you can. Especially if you got an abuser that's got the stalkers, stuff where they're driving by your houses, coming to your family houses.
Very unhealthy.
Don't want you to leave. So, and then a lot of times how abusers start off with, family's issue. A lot of times they've been abused themselves. So a lot of them will react what, has been done to them. So sometimes it just something that passes on to generation after generation. Because if you seen your dad beat your mom, drag your mom through the floor, and then the guy grows up, he thinks that's normal.
It's okay.
It's normal.
Right.
So a lot of times they need counseling and help from an early childhood, but they didn't receive it.
To recognize that was wrong and to be able to correct it. And that's something women, men, whatever situation you're in, we don't recommend that you stay in it, even if you're thinking that you're going to be helping that person because you love them and you want what's best for them and you're scared of what's going to happen to them.
All right, so I'm in a little battle right now because y'all talking about on some childish, not childish, but on some child level. So I'm kind of like, hesitating on myself to kind of jump in and let you know my experience on a child level that I've been through. It wasn't really with relationship wise, it had to do with family. And that's another thing I want to touch base on. Domestic violence don't necessarily mean spouse, boyfriend, husband, someone that you're talking to, someone you're trying to get to know with. I mean, it can even happen with family. And just kind of like, touch out to let you guys know how real it is. Babe, come here for a second. Just come here. Just come here. Tell the kids to hush.
Yeah, because
Oh. But I'm not even talking about that. I'm just talking about come here. So just to be on some real stuff, like I have my individual, my other better half here with me that he's going to listen to today on some issues that he's never heard and might see me on some emotional levels or whatever. But as you can see, come on in. This is my boo, Corey. So he's here. He's going to listen. And like I stated, just to show you how real it is. But on a child level, it can happen with family. Mm-hmm. You understand? Just growing up in my household with my mother and my stepdad. My mother eventually opened the doors for my stepdad to go ahead and put his hands on and on some. And it's touchy. I'm going to get emotional and I'm already going to start. But it happens that way. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? My mom opened the door and allowed him to go ahead and do what he did. And, excuse me. But I knew this was going to happen. I told y'all. Mm-hmm. But I've got jumped by stepdad, mom, sister. Not once, not twice, 3 times. I've gotten beat plenty of times, sent to school, eyes blacked out, mom getting ready to take the charge for a nigga. So it's just a touch up. Like when you got kids and you a mother, like you stand for your kids. Mm-hmm. You don't let no nigga come in between you and your kids. That's something that really broke me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of like very overprotective of my kids based off of my past. Mm-hmm. Like I would never let no nigga come in my crib and put their hands on my kids because really at the end, you don't have to kill me. Mm-hmm. You know, I know a lot of you viewers out there gonna be like, did you ever tell your mom? Did you ever? Absolutely. Not only did I tell my moms, neighbors told my moms, family members told my moms, friends told my moms. Why she allowed it, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't talk to my mother to this day because I just ask her one question that can heal the relationship between me and my mother is, why did you allow that? The only answer I get is, oh, it was good when bills was being paid. Okay, so when I was 12, 13 years old, when I couldn't get a job to help you pay bills, so I guess it was good because a nigga was paying bills and he could beat my ass whenever he wants to. No, you know what I'm saying? So it don't just start with just, it's not just someone you love or someone you with, it's with family as well.
Can I?
Oh, absolutely. It's no whole words.
Have you ever asked your mom, was she abused? Because a lot of times a person that's been abused will allow their children to be abused because of the simple fact they don't know no better, no difference. You know, because I kind of grew up in the same situation. I had a stepfather who was on drugs. Mm-hmm. My mom was with him. My mom left my real father because he was beating on her. He was dragging her through the floor. I was about 3-4 years old, and I can remember her and him grabbing her through the house by her hair. I can also remember him taking a hammer, and her hand was on the table, and he's taking the hammer and trying to hit her hands, and she started pulling it back. I remember being about 3 or 4 years old, and I was a preemie, so I was a small kid.
I was preemie.
And so my mom was fighting my father and was trying to tell him to stop. And I ran to grab him by his neck to tell him to stop. He threw me against the wall, and that was the day my mother left. After that, my mom was by herself working 2 jobs, trying to make ends meet, trying to make things right for us. And we living in a 1.5 bedroom shack in the happiest time of my life. Then she met my stepfather. Mm-hmm. And when she got with my stepfather, it kind of started out all right. But then later on, you know, he was on drugs and stuff. So he started, you know.
That's exactly what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
And elaborate. Like my stepdad, eventually, as I got older, you know, I left my house at 16. Mm-hmm. My mom said, I can stop you, but I'm not going to stop you. If you think you that big bitch, those are words. I'll never forget it. If you think you that big bitch and you can face the world, I'm going to let you go. But don't ever come and knock on my door. I just want everybody to know I'm 39 years old. I'm going to be 40 when I turn June 30th, okay? Next year, 2021, I'll be 40 years old. And I've never knocked on my mom's door. And I left at 16. I made it my business to handle my business.
Talk about that.
That made me the hustle and the hustler that I am today, where there's a world that revolves around money. You go out there and get it, you're going to make it happen. And I found it. And I made sure I never knocked on my mother's door. But guess what? My mama knocked on my door and asked me for help. Mm-hmm. I was there for her because that's my mother.
Yeah.
But as I got older, the streets, like, you know what I'm saying? I take the road. Yeah, I sold drugs. Yeah, I've been out there, did all that shit. And I kind of find out that, you know what I'm saying, my stepdad, should I say, was on cocaine. And a lot of that shit came based off of that. Yeah. Reacted different from him. I mean, I have peace in my heart with him. I just want to, you can't get peace from it.
I have peace
You can't get peace from it. You can't speak to the individual that you've been through it and sit down when they're sober and really talk and let your emotions out there. You can't get peace from it. My pieces don't come from my mama until I get it.
Yeah.
So I don't talk to her about that.
It's like you had to find peace within yourself.
And you have to learn, yeah. I mean, and just knowing that when it comes out from the household, it breaks you, and that's where it goes along. It's
where you become an adult and you be able to.
But it's still impact. It's still impact.
Yeah.
No, it's not acceptance. I can't say that because it's. I mean, just based off of what happened in my household under my mother's roof, and again, as you guys know, my man's here, so he never really heard this. But just since then, it's just been a search for love.
Mm-hmm.
Someone to love me, so just to feel that love, feel accepted, feel wanted.
But when you want to feel love and feel acceptance, you tend to take bull crap.
Anything that comes
that's
away.
what I mean when I said acceptance.
Yeah.
You take bull crap. That you wouldn't be normally taken from people. But once you find love within yourself and understand you're worthy of it, you take less bull crap. So it's a hard thing when you have, as a child, taking things that you shouldn't be taking, and then it affects your mind, and you travel on in adulthood with hurts and pains and stuff. And it's not a good thing, because my childhood wasn't a horrible childhood, but it wasn't, a good one either. Because I remember fighting, picking up, the thing that you change the tire with, the jack. Yeah, I remember taking that fighting. I remember getting choked. I remember slamming me across the floor because my mouth was too smart. I was the oldest of my mama's children. And I felt that my mother wasn't standing up. So I felt that it was my job to stand up. You're not going to come in here and beat on us. We didn't do it. Your kids did it. If you're going to whoop somebody, I didn't mind taking a whooping when I was a kid.
When it's yours.
When it's mine. But if it ain't mine, you can take that whooping over there. And I remember,
it's a little different when you live in, you know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, like me, I'll talk about it now because I feel a little comfortable. I mean, I let the tears out and everything. But, like, just me, basically, like, it just got to the point where I'll be in my room because I already knew what I was facing in the household. You feel me? My mom at that time, she was just trying to be a role model. And I see that. I don't knock that when she wasn't there when it happened. Because she was just, my mom just drop out just like I am. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. And, she got her GED and she wound up going to college. And she was just doing that, I guess, based off of just letting us know, like, at the end of the day, you don't give up. At the end of the day, you just keep on striving. At the end of the day, you just, you know what I'm saying? It's never, it don't end. It don't matter how old you are, you can still achieve it. So I seen that positivity in my mother, but with her not being around and opening the doors, I mean, I've dealt with situations like, you remember the old school DJ systems where you place it in that little stand, you got them big speakers, where there was times that motherfucker would turn that shit on and whip my ass with a belt, and I had welts, and he put the music on blast so that nobody would hear me yell or fight back. You see what I'm saying? So that does, as a woman just being through that and just someone that experienced that, I just tell you that we hold on to that. We do. We hold on to that because my dad wasn't around. He was locked up. You know what I'm saying? My dad turned his back on me for other women.
And see, and my dad wasn't around either.
Right.
My dad was on drugs himself. He was out in Dallas doing his own things, smoke and crack or whatever he was choosing to do. And, and I end up having a conversation with my father about the same things. Why wasn't you there? My thing is, it wasn't even the money that I needed him there for. A lot of dads thinking, a lot of dads thinking, okay, if I'm not there with the mom and I can't give child support, it's not even about the child support. I would rather would have had my father there to make sure, that he was making sure keeping this nigga off of my ass, keeping him from beating on me and my sister. If you were just there for that right there would have been justification. Yes, it would have been enough for the child support.
Sometimes it's not that financial. It's more so your presence there, because it goes getting back to that article. It says domestic violence can result into physical injury, psychological trauma, and even death. The devastating consequences of domestic violence can cross generation and can last a lifetime. Hence, we're here because we want to help stop that cycle. I am here because of a result of domestic violence. My mom had me when I was 19, and she wouldn't have had me if she didn't go through what she went through at a young age. She was dealing, and she told me stories. She was dealing with an abusive stepfather that kept on turning the narrative to my grandmother, her mother at the time, letting her know, make her look at her daughter as a at that time, it's hard to explain it in Jamaican, but basically that she was no good. She was the devil's child. All this other stuff. My mom would tell me about the stories how she would get whooped. She would have to run and hide up in the trees because I was back in Jamaica. She would have to hide up in the trees away from him trying to molest or rape her. And it happened to where she just ended up leaving and being with my dad. And her and my dad, they was like best friends since they was little. And she had gotten pregnant with me. So, it trickles in. And sometimes as we get older as adults, we don't realize the cycle that we're in, and continuously doing things that are part of what our upbringing, as a result of our upbringing.
That's it's not, honestly, no. I'm
not talking for everybody now. I'm not talking
it's
for everybody.
Not a generational curse. I don't say it's a generational curse. What it is because of the fact that you have not felt what you've been missing, which is love.
Love.
When you don't feel love for your parents, and you don't feel love, when it comes in the household, that's where it starts from, really, to be honest with you. You don't feel that genuine love from the people that actually produce you.
Or attention, love attention.
It's not even attention. Attention is not love. You can get attention from anybody, and that don't mean it's love. You got celebrities out there. They get attention from all of us. So, do you love them?
I mean,
no.
Attention versus neglect. Because you can have kids, you can provide them with all that, but if you're neglecting,
it starts in the household. So if it's in your household, it's not attention. If it starts in your household, it's love. And me, and I can say this, and it comes more for you. You say attention, but when I hit the subject right here, and I say what I'm gonna say, you understand. When it starts in your household, meaning you growing up in a household, you got your parent, mother, stepdad, mom, dad. It don't matter what it is, but you lack that love from your parents. Unfortunately, the downfall is that as an individual, because we didn't get it from our parents, we go out in the world and search for it. And that's where we wind up getting fucked up. And that's where we wind up ending up in the situations we end up on, which is, I dealt with in my household. I left at 16. First love cheated. Okay, boom. That's mental abuse. Y'all don't understand, but when you cheat on someone, and you cheat on the individual that you know they love you, that's mental abuse. And it's the truth.
Control.
And I meet my ex-husband. I have 2 beautiful kids from him. If I can go back and erase him and keep my kids, I would. I cheated again. That's mental abuse. After that, I meet an individual. That individual was the worst individual I can meet. You know what I'm saying? He had a gun to my face. To my face in the car. No way I could defend myself. You understand? I knew cheated. I knew this. I knew everything. But because I felt no self-love, I didn't know how to love myself. When you don't know how to love yourself, you tend to accept whatever you feel like is love and attention. Even though it's not the mental abuse, the verbal, everything, you feel like it's love because you didn't get that attention, like you said, to
that
extent
love that was taught to
that you feel like it's a love attention, but it's not. But we tend to open up and take it like it is. I had a gun to my face just like you. Literally, for the grace of God, I'm here for a reason. Why? I don't know what the reason is, because I'm still so searching.
God not through with you. It's not done with you.
I'm still so searching for the reason. But yes, I had a barrel to my head. Seen it right here, face to face, 2 eyes. Pulled the trigger. All I thought about was my daughter Aaliyah, and my son Anthony. At that moment, that's all I thought about. Thank God I've protected myself with some insurance where I know money-wise they ain't going to struggle. My kids I'm worth more dead than I am alive. You understand? But it's sad to think that way. It is. But for the grace of God, when that trigger was pulled, the shit jammed. Because it jammed, it gave me the opportunity to be the tough woman that I am and react and fight. Yeah, I got pistol whipped. Yeah, my face got destroyed. Yeah, I got fucked up. You don't see it. But yeah, I've had that.
But what I mean, generational curse, what I mean? Because a lot of times, us as we look at our parents and we still feeling the children's, like we are the children.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to also understand that your mother was a woman. And because your mother was a woman, if something happened to your mother and she didn't feel loved in the home,
I don't want to hear that.
And then the next generation, your grandmother didn't get love in the home.
I don't want to hear
that. Stuff get passed down.
No, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. You know why I don't want to hear that? I'm being real, because we hear a lot. I don't want to hear that shit. Because I don't know if my mother been through that shit. I know my grandmother been through the shit. I don't know if my mom didn't go through that shit, but I know I went through the shit. I'm not fucking doing that shit. I'm
because
you might be
strong.
Right, but as strong as I am, if I came from the seed, bitch, you should have been the same way.
But everybody don't have that fight.
I know my mother. I know my mom though. I know my mom. You want to act like you got an S on your chest and you can take the world, bitch. If you like that, why you ain't do that shit when it came to your child?
Because she might didn't have it then.
Well, then fuck her then. That's how I feel. That's how it is.
But that's how the healing, the process that you're talking about is the healing process. Because my grandmother, she was in, I don't know what type of relationship on some levels that my grandmother had with her men. But I do know what.
Watch this shit. I don't even care. She know how I feel.
But then my mom was getting a victim of getting beat. My auntie was a victim of getting beat. So my thing is, the reason I say it's generational, because a lot if my grandmother's home wasn't safe for her, then she's not gonna make sure the home is safe for her daughters. Then my mom didn't make sure the home was safe for me. It's my job because I recognize it.
Okay, so what made you? What made you?
Because
just as well as me, because we both here, we both see it, we both been through it.
But for me, when I was growing up, and I was a kid, I looked at what was going on, and I said, I would never pick.
So you ain't never questioned yourself, like, why did my mom didn't have this?
I did. I did.
That's all I need to say.
No, I did. My mom had, before my mama passed away, we had the hard conversation. You know, we had the hard conversation like my stepfather tried to rape me. I had to hide in fucking closets to get away from him. And we had the conversation where I went and told my mama what was going on. My mama kicked him out. My mama kicked him out, but then took his sorry ass back. So, me and my mama had that conversation.
He ain't never achieved.
That was my brother.
He ain't never achieved.
I ain't gonna lie.
No, he never achieved to rape me. I was the kid. I was the oldest. And I was the kid that will fight. I will fight if you rape me, you're gonna go down swinging. I'm gonna scratch those goddamn eyes.
You gonna get this shit because you won.
Yes. Right. So I was my mama's kid that did that. And so me and my sister have talked on so many levels. I was the fighting kid. I even grew up where it was other men trying to rape me, and I was always running, trying to hide and keep them from raping me and stuff like that. And we talked about it, and my sister said, well, a lot of times the men go after the women they think are the strongest. And they're trying to break them. But one thing I said was, bitch, you can't break me. And that was me growing up as a kid. I had the concept to know that you could never break me, and I would never allow a man to ever mistreat my kids like my mother did with me. So at that moment, at age, 10, 12, growing up, I knew that was not going to happen to my children. So I broke the cycle because I knew that was not good for me.
I had a moment just like that as well when I saw how my mom was being treated. I said at one point, I would never, when my mom got married to my dad, I saw certain things that I didn't like as a child growing up, how a man was treating a woman. And it wasn't taught to me. It just didn't feel right, and I said, I would never have a man treat me like that. And it's when you actually get to the point where you actually fall for that person that
you have someone like that
ignites, that part of you that you never thought you had, right? Right. And then everything just switches in the blink of an eye. That's when you start questioning, like, oh shoot, maybe it was me. Maybe it was something I said.
It's always your fault.
It's always my fault.
That's how you feel.
Let me switch up this. Let me switch up.
I did this. I made this happen.
Let me lose a little weight.
Right.
Let me not argue too much.
Let me not switch up a little bit.
Let me not wear this. You know what I'm saying? Right. Let me not question you too much.
Let me turn up a little bit on this side,
and I took it as an adult. I took it till I started seeing it affecting home, where my kids almost got taken from me. And shit don't fucking hit the fan till it really motherfucking hits the fan. Okay? Whether you love a motherfucker or not.
Say that shit again.
Shit don't hit the fan until it motherfucking hit the fan. What?
Say that shit.
My babies are my world. You know, not a lot of people, you know, but they are my world. They are a part of me.
Absolutely.
And I will change in a fucking heartbeat. You hurt my baby, you hurting me. Okay? So I gotta make a decision. It's either me or you. Either I'm gonna go to jail for killing your ass, and I'm gonna be real with that shit.
Right.
Or you got to go, or you're gonna go to fucking jail. And one thing I realized with me personally, I don't want no law enforcement in my shit. Because all I want to do is raise my kids to the best way I know how to. And if I don't take care of them, then the fucking law is going to take care of them. And I'll be damned if that shit happens. I'll be damned if my babies be a statistic. So it actually was a wake-up call for me. And this is not when I was 15. This is like recently. I had to make a choice. And not a lot of victims are able to make that choice. So what we want to do is we want to address the subject that domestic violence is fucking real, yo. It's not to be played with.
It exists.
And I don't know what your situation is, but there's help out there. There's help out there, and you're not alone. You know, you have to know. You have to realize your strength and love yourself, because that's something that makes it easy for your predator to prey on your ass.
Another thing I can say is, when you got someone in an individual like that, yeah, you have help. A lot of people tend to turn around to their circle. And your circle and who you surround yourself with.
Some people don't have that. Some people, the circle that they thought they have, no.
Right. That's what makes you realize who's in your circle. And that's why I say, when you turn to your circle and you in a circumstance like that, like for instance, my recent ex-boyfriend, I was with him for 8 years. The first incident I had with him was my ex-husband. I was still cool with his family for an extent, you know, and I would pick up his nephews, but I would say my nephews. And me and my ex, we were together or whatever. This is something you ain't never heard, so you're about to hear for the first time, and I'm saying it live. But he's eventually I found out schizophrenia and bipolar, you know, and was known but wasn't expressed to me. But eventually I kind of figured it out. But the first incident was his weed was missing. And I mean, I don't smoke weed. Everybody knows I don't smoke weed. You know what I'm saying? I drink and yeah, whatever, but I don't smoke no weed. And I say it out loud for the enforcement. You can search me if you want to, whatever. But, shit, you know how I am. Fuck, you want blood test? Let's go. I'm good. Shit, but the shit was missing. My kids were there, but my kids were in the back room, so they didn't see it. But because I don't know if it was drug influence, because me personally, I don't see how weed gets you turned out like that. That's
I don't see it either, because it's supposed to be the healing of the nation.
I'm sitting on the bed.
Gateway.
I got pulled out of here from the bed and dragged to where the shit was missing, and was like, "Bitch, where is it?" Now, again, got grabbed by the hair and dragged. See me, I'm on the floor being dragged. I've always had long hair, and honestly, I've cut it a few times since then because I felt some type of way about it. You know what I'm saying? I felt like anytime my hair got to an extent to where I felt like it could be grabbed, I felt like I needed to protect myself. Again, like the way I felt in my mom's house. So I would just chop it, where I felt like you couldn't grab it that way. And I felt like there was an avenue where I can't protect myself against you. But there was no need to offer some shit like that that's missing for you to grab someone that's there for you, that's trying to back you up, uplift you, and hold you, and love you. And, you know what I'm saying? But again, at that point, I've been through so much. And I just want to say out there that it does exist. That's not the only time I mean, you know, in front of my kids, in front of my daughter, bitch, whole.
Did that wake you up? Do you feel like that?
No, it didn't wake me up, because I felt like maybe because it was someone I allowed in my house, I felt like it was my fault. So I accepted it. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, at that point, I got 2 kids. At that point, I ain't feel beautiful. At that point, I ain't feel, you know, a queen or nothing. You know, I was looking for the the validation of a man. You know what I'm saying? As a woman.
How did you get out of the situation, if I can ask?
Well, shit, eventually after, I mean, just everything. I've got dragged, I've got choking, I've got, when I say choked, I nearly passed out to that point where my son had to jump in and say, get off my mom. You know what I'm saying? For my son to see that shit.
Yeah. And it affect the kids.
Do you
When
feel...
hold on. I see my daughter, she got depression now behind my shit. I you know, let her see and see how it affect them. That's when I was like, hold on, fuck this shit. I don't need this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like my motherhood and everything. I'm like, fuck me. I know I don't care about me because I know I'm accepting this from this man for 8 years. But I know I love my kids. And so honestly, my kids are my strength. They're the ones that put the backbone in me. They're the ones that looked at me like, Mom, I don't want you to die. When they said that shit, it was an eye awakening. And that's where honestly I was like, I ain't doing this shit no more. Like I stepped up, I started fighting back. I started getting knives and cutting shit and you know, you fry chicken, you take the shit and throw grease. And I mean, when I say fight, I mean fight. Like I go to work and motherfuckers know at work because they know us. They looking at me like, dang, you dealing with this shit. That it wasn't embarrassment, but at the same time, it was just more like, y'all don't know me. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that was love. To me, that's what was like, you know, if I look this way and it could be a dude standing there, but I'm looking because I see shoes, or because you feel like I was looking at the dude and you got jealous. To me, that was love. To me, that was like, you know what I'm saying? Because I never really got no father love. I don't feel like I really got that love from a male individual. So to me, that's what that was. But what really made me be on something like, fuck this, I don't deserve this, or whatever, was more my kids. You know, my daughter was like, you know, Mom, I don't want to see this shit no more. Like, I'm tired of it. My son, you know, stepping up and fighting a big dude that's like 6'3", 200-something pounds. You know what I'm saying? Trying to fight him to protect me. It was just an eye waking up. And so when I said it was done, the next thing I know, I woke up the next day with an eviction. Me and my kids got to go. You know, like, wow, that was an eye awakening. Like, oh, okay, so because I told you I'm done, I don't want to deal with this. This is how you treat me. So now I ain't shit. You know, so but where I am now, to be honest with you, there is hope at the end. And this is where I wanted to get to on my story. There's hope at the end. You can learn to love yourself. And that's where I've learned to love myself. I've learned to know what my worth is. And as a woman, that's what you need to learn.
Yes.
What your worth is. I'm not dealing with that shit. I'm not going to allow a nigga to do that shit no more. The minute I see the signs, the minute I hear the fuck you and the bitch and it's a rat. My guards is coming up and I'm out. Dude, this nigga jump to the next one. That and it ain't gonna be me no more. But at the same time, to be honest with you, it's dangerous because I've been through this, and this is why I'm glad he's here though, because I want him to listen to this. It's a big fear. I don't know how to
my goodness, that fear is so
genuine love. Because I don't know what's real love, and I don't know what genuine love is. And right now, I feel like I have genuine love, but I'm afraid because I'm so guarded and so scared and so afraid to repeat the shit that I don't know, that I could lose a blessing in disguise.
But you know what? With that, because I was hurt as a kid, so when I got I'm just been thankful. I met my husband when I was 18, and I got with a man that wasn't abusive to me. You know, I've been fortunate, so I haven't had the adult, you know, abuse and stuff. I got it as a child, but not as an adult.
Boomerang, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, ladies, for having me.
Yes, we appreciate you.
It's great to have you.
Absolutely.
This is my girls right here. They've been keeping me focused.
Thank you, guys, because if I was close now, we'd probably be doing a little more, you know, drinking and rolling if I was out.
Okay.
Yes.
That's how we roll. I don't roll like that.
Bro, I'm glad y'all hold my girl down.
I don't know about you, but I know I do. How you do, boo? How you do?
No, that's right.
Boomarang, today's topic, I already had give you a quick dialogue on it.
Yeah, give me the rundown.
Domestic violence, and
Okay.
you know, we went through some of the studies and just touched base on the facts that it's something that's real. You know, it is nothing to be played with, and it exists not just with women, not just with men, also with children. You know, and you know how to.
That is so true.
Actually, just touch base on our personal experiences, and you know, we wanted to see what your take is or just your feedback. And this month is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Mm-hmm. And the color we wear is purple for that. I mean, I got a little purple on my shirt, purple on my toes, but I ain't
that's my favorite color in the world.
I you know, I just did a quick little rerun of the
Hey, come here, let me give you a purple eye.
I said I was just joking.
You know, that's why I use this color.
It was a little hilarious. Oh, let me get that right there. Hold on.
So, is there anything you wanted to touch base on?
Because you guys, I mean, honestly, it's a problem. It's a problem, and it should be discussed, and we should be helping each other and empowering each other to kind of help get past it. Because even though it happens to everyone, it's mostly us.
Mm-hmm.
It's mostly us. Yeah. It's a problem. It's a problem, and it should. I just said that. Okay, so I didn't know I was recording my own self. Go ahead. I'm over here like, hey, I just said that.
Boom, boom. It's all right. It's all right.
I love you, girl. I love you. I love you.
No, but like what she said, it is an issue. And the biggest issue is that a lot of women don't speak out upon it. A lot of women stay in it. A lot of women don't reach out. A lot of women feel like that's just the end and that's all it is and that's what they need to accept. And at the end of the day, fuck that. That's not what you accept. You worth more than this shit.
You don't deserve that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We don't deserve that.
As a woman, when you
learn for these brothers, and when I say, you know what I mean, and I say that because I have been married to this brother for 23 years. Okay. Him, but he was heaven sent to me.
Exactly.
Prior to him, I was a victim of domestic violence.
Exactly.
I hit on a few niggas too. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, you know.
Yeah,
hit me and I hit you back. That's just the way I roll. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The thing is, when you're dealing with that type of mentality, sometimes it'll take you out of character. Sometimes it'll bring you to a different place. It'll have you doing things that you wouldn't do.
It ain't right.
Right. Because it's designed to break you so that they can build you to tolerate it.
Yeah. Right.
Like they trying to mold you. Come on.
They are.
We in Play-Doh. We're in Play-Doh at that moment. Yeah, you're right. We Play-Doh at that moment. They just mold us to where they make us.
And the worst part about it is it happens to you once you're in love.
Yeah, exactly. Once they know they got
that
hook,
is like
they don't do it while you first started. Most of the abuse
when they got you first started. You already know. Got them.
Because honestly, ladies, could a nigga just meet you yesterday and walk up and hit you? Hell no.
Nah, I beat that nigga to his feet.
Right? Right.
I am like that.
So they have to get into a certain space, a certain place, and dominate you there. And that is, I mean, because I'm going to tell you, ladies, real shit. I was raised, I'm the oldest of 15 kids. Domestic violence was very heavy, all the way from my grandmother down, you know?
Generational.
And, right. But, I mean, even on top of it, like, my dad's side was, like, pimps. My mom was more of like, she came from a religious kind of side. So she was real submissive and real, just, this is what God want me to do. Mm-mm. And it just like it's a learned behavior to accept it, it's a learned behavior to reject it. Because you can't make good decisions from the heart.
Well, let me ask you this question. So what I'm battling is because I've been dealing with it since in the household to outside the household to my own personal relationships and dealt with a lot of stuff. Where I am now is I've learned to love myself. I know my worth, and that's what women need to do when you come out of situations like that. Is that men like that tend to want to break you down so that what they're afraid is for women to be strong. So when we know that we can love ourselves and we know that our worth is our strongest point, general, because we ain't gonna accept shit. We gonna be like, fuck you, I beat your ass, get the fuck out, all that. So they beat us down to where we don't get that way. But because I am there with myself now, finally, from, I would say, 11, 12 years old, so now I'm 39. Now is where I am there. But what I would say, let me ask you for your advice, being that you've been generation, with the generation curse. That shit. For someone like me, let's just say you meet someone, and how do you feel like we can define what's genuine and what's not? Because at the point where I am, I'm so damn blocked to the point where it could be genuine, but I don't fucking know. I don't trust the shit to the point where I'm like, nah, nigga, like,
guard up.
Yeah.
Actions.
Like, yeah, that shit ain't coming through here, nigga. We gonna go to the tower if you want to. If
I
you
understand.
Like, yeah. But at the same time, I want to let it go to the point where I can accept love and just live happiness with somebody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm to the point in my life, I want to settle, be married, have a life, have my spouse, have my nigga by my side and just rock with him. But it's hard right now because of the shit that I've been through.
I mean, and you got reason. I mean, you have trust issues, and because of that, you don't need to just put your guards down and let anybody in. You do need. I mean, you're gonna know if someone is genuine. That'll never change. Whether you know what I mean, that'll never change. To me, your actions speak louder than your words.
Say that shit again.
So,
say that shit again, because that's what the fuck I said. You're telling me what the hell you tell me, nigga. Show me. I don't want to hear that shit, nigga. Fuck rhyming that shit.
But you know what? He can show you, but if you
that shit don't mean nothing either.
No, he can show you that he's the one, that he's not gonna hurt you, he's not gonna abuse you, he's not gonna do anything physically, mentally, any of that. But if your heart and your mind and your soul is not open to receive it.
Oh, I'm open. I just need to see it.
Say you open, but if you protect it, when you're protecting it, you're not truly open.
You're right. You're
You're protecting, you're not truly open. I don't get where you're talking about it.
Girl, but I am okay and willing to open when I see it. But I am protected.
But if they're showing,
hold on, wait a minute. My baby got something to say. Exactly, but it's gotta be action behind it. It's gotta be action behind it. Come here, come on. I share my seat. Nah, don't do that. Don't do that. Come on, we need a male. Come on, baby. Come on. We can use my boo about to come in because he about to spit some stuff. Come on.
Where Mr. Boomarang at?
All right, well,
look, I could go get.
Just come on. Come here.
Get him. We got a male perspective here too, girl. But but to answer, what you asked, it is, to me, I feel like you can't bring what happened in your last relationship into your new relationship. So if you're still experiencing, if you're still experiencing trust issues, or you're still experiencing, scared feelings or things like that, then it just ain't the time to move on,
Okay, I want to say it like this. You have to be at a point. I feel that you have to be at a point in a growth point in your life where you're open to receive love again after loving yourself and knowing what you deserve and what you want, because ain't nobody gonna love you the way you love you. One, and two, for you to accept that loving again, just like Tyler Perry says, you gotta see that person throughout all the seasons. You gotta see that person throughout all the seasons.
But at the same time, if you know, what if a person that knows right from wrong and knows the steps of what you're saying now, and at the same time go back, you don't love yourself, so how can you love the situation that comes ahead in your life?
That's why you have to be.
That's what I'm saying. Come back to what you know and you have it in your mind mentally, but in your mind and your physical and your soul don't feel right. You don't feel right. It's a struggle between that too.
Yeah.
So you still trying to love yourself at the
So
same.
let me ask you this, since we on live and it's between me and you, we were all up in here. So I mean, shit, I've gone through what I gone through. You heard a lot of shit that I've been through that you ain't even know. Don't do that. We being real. Love this man, of course. I say it out loud, not a problem at all whatsoever. How I feel is how I feel. I have no shame.
Yeah, you can't look at him.
But
She love him.
at the same time, boom, boom, don't do that, boom, boom. Hold on. Stop walking on me.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second, because I clock back and shoot back too. No, I'm just joking. No, but on some real serious tip. Love this man to death. Don't know him since man, so it's like maybe 5 months or whatever. It is what it is. You can't control that. How you feel is how you feel. What makes you feel that way is how you feel. And I don't deny that shit at all across the board, but with you being here, babe, and you heard what you heard today and all that, it kind of brings you into my world for you to understand where I'm a little guarded and where I can tell you where I'm scared. And so as a man, when you deal with someone such as myself, I don't deal with that with him. Yes, we had our ups and downs. Don't get that wrong. Shit, if I sit here and tell you the shit is perfect, that's a motherfucking lie, because ain't shit perfect. But what I can say is I've come across very strong. I've come across very hard on him. And the way he handles it is very different from the past. I guess that's why I'm like, oh, wait a minute. You ain't say bitch. You ain't say fuck you. You ain't say go fuck. That's ain't the real. This is a damn lie. Oh, it's a persona.
But
Following that up.
I mean, but at the end of the day, you do have to be at a place where you can accept your blessing.
That comes between
it takes time.
There's a lot of women, you know what I mean? You have to be at a place.
But it also, it comes from, if a man know he's got a woman that's been emotionally, physically, mentally damaged, so if he know that's what he's getting, a lot of time if a man know that she got
we're not just talking about men and women now specifically.
It's just vice versa, because you can deal with a man that's been through the same thing.
Yeah, so it don't matter. I'm just saying,
a woman can break a man down.
Yes, but what I'm saying is, with that, if you know you dealing with someone that has been mentally, physically, all broken up, if you know that they're a good person and you know that you can see that potential to be a good woman, a good man, then you're gonna stick it out. The man or the woman will stick it out to coach them through the other side of knowing that I love you. Because it's got to take both parties. The one that's trusting the one that's having a trust issue got to trust and open up. The one that's loving and saying, hey, I'm okay, I'm safe, they also have to be patient. Because if they are not patient, if the other one is not open up, the relationship will never work. And that's where I was.
Exactly.
Because that's where I was. It took me about 2 years for me to fully trust my husband to know I was safe with him.
Yeah, you have to.
Because I grew up in a household where stuff in a cup meant that was time to fight. They get through drinking that stuff in the cup. Oh my God, it was gonna show out. So when I first met my husband, he was drinking a lot. So when I seen the cup, my guard went instantly up. Okay, is you finna come in here? You finna fight? You finna argue? But with him, he didn't do that. So it took years for me to understand that everybody that have a cup ain't finna hurt you.
It's a learn. Did you say that? It's a learn to get here, and it's a learn to get out.
It's a learned behavior. Like, because when, we are strong, we are combative, we are, we are all that, but in actuality, we are still women.
Yes.
So you're never gonna be as strong as a man.
And why everybody consoling
Be
me
able
like
to,
a
you know, it your mate has to compliment you,
Yes.
but you also have to allow that to take place.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's all you gotta trust the process. That's really what it is. You gotta trust.
I guess I don't trust
You
it.
have to.
I
You
guess I don't.
you have
I
to
guess
take
that's
this
why I get my
first step.
Tell us how long you've been married, Boo.
I've been married for 23 years.
That's nice.
But like I say, you know, I didn't. But
I like that little crescent in your hand.
Hey!
She in a
look,
legal.
you know,
she is in a legal state, guys. She's legal.
I'm in Colorado. This is cool here.
Shit, it's cool everywhere when it's private.
Right, look, when I pull up, it's cool wherever I'm at. Trust me.
I know that's right.
Tell us what you do, Boo.
But the thing, I love you, man. Listen, this is the thing, ladies. I've been in a relationship where I got stabbed 16 times, right?
Damn.
Screwdriver. Because I wouldn't give him a date to marry me. And this is the thing. I was young. He was very controlling. You know what I mean? And at the time, I thought that was love because I saw that happen so much at my house. You know, growing up, that I just assumed that was the way that it is. Mm-hmm. Also, I've always been very independent and I've always been different.
Mm-hmm. Outspoken.
Very outspoken. Very, very
right, girl.
Right. Look, I am one, you know, so with that being said, it was like when you're that way, you can only be suppressed or silent for so long.
So long.
Right.
That's true.
Yes.
And because of that, it creates like the
friction.
Yeah. It creates the friction because they really don't want you to be strong-minded. They really don't want you to be able to make your own decisions and things like that. It's more or less they want to control you. Mm-hmm. And if you're my mate, I don't want to be feeling like I'm your child.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
You want to be
I want
equal.
you to be my mate.
Yes. Compliment me.
Yeah.
As I will compliment you.
Right, because we're on the same. Right, exactly, and we should definitely be on the same level.
What's mine is yours. What's yours is mine.
Yeah, we a team.
Look, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I say 23 years was mine is mine, was yours is mine. That's just, I mean.
Say it again.
But when you know better, you do better.
That's
Exactly.
You know,
happy wife, happy life.
That cheese.
What? If you got a happy wife, you got a happy what?
You better know a happy life.
But Boomarang, boom boom.
I was just telling them at my comedy show.
And that's what I was gonna say. Just
you have got because you know, honey, my thing is I love to empower women. I love to empower dreamers. I love to help move, take the first step. All of that because it matters.
Yes,
it does.
And a lot of people that you surround yourself around without even knowing. Mm-hmm. So you're conditioning yourself to be around people that are going to keep you stagnant.
Uplifted.
Still. You know? So once, but God didn't intend that.
No, he didn't.
He wants you to grow.
Absolutely.
He wants you to grow.
Yes. Say it again.
He wants you to glow.
So on that note, Boomarang, just to let our viewers know, as you stated, you're a comedian. So why don't you let them know where we can check your fine ass out?
Mm-hmm. And send me some contact over here.
I need to laugh at my damn life. What's up? Where you at next so we can come
Baby, you
see
can
and
find me
highlight
where
you.
they got a microphone now.
They got a tattoo party coming up next Saturday.
Oh, you got a tattoo party? I need some ink. I'm tired. Look, I'm inked up, baby. He's twisted. I need to finish this damn arm up. Look, my white ass need to finish this shit up. Where we at? Where the party at?
I need some ink.
Colorado,
I'm a virgin.
If y'all leave Wednesday, right? All y'all gotta do is leave Wednesday. You could be here by Friday. We can get you signed up.
She said leave Wednesday.
Let us know when
you
you're in the
Friday.
A.
Well, let us know when you down here.
I will be there.
Yeah, I got you. I'll be there.
Definitely,
really
we need to go.
What kind of comedy you do?
You know what?
Funny shit.
I do all kinds of
Well, no,
comedy.
everybody has different types of style of comedy.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
I do all kind of comedy. I'm the girl next door. I'm the matter of fact chick. I'm the
Outspoken.
outspoken and straight to the point. Chaser, pretty much. You know what I mean?
Why they call you Boomarang, boo?
Yeah.
Oh, you know, cause I got that comeback.
You can't
I got that comeback, baby. That's what they call me, Boomarang.
Sorry, baby. I know that's definitely right. But honestly, definitely I need to know when you in town. Everybody
I
check
definitely
out
will
Boom
let you know.
Boomarang. I love her.
These are my girls.
Girl.
Thank you.
I mean, I'm gonna
you.
be there front seat. Now don't crack no jokes on me. You know, I'm
I got you. You look, you with me.
emotional, sensitive and shit like that. I'm gonna laugh and then afterwards cry, but it's okay.
Just
Nah, I'm
wanted
just joking, boo. Love your vibe, love your energy, love
Thank
your persona.
you.
Like, honestly, just coming on here, just, for a woman, it's hard for women to accept another woman. And honestly, it's sad that nowadays it's hard for even a woman to even upbring and give
even
another
though we're
woman
going through the same thing.
I don't even know why.
We're going through the same thing.
And I don't even know why. I love getting credit with his due when I see a woman.
It's a trap
cry.
mentality.
Yeah, I love seeing
something that we need to go out of, and it's more things that we need to do, more projects we need to work on. Yes. And I'm down for it.
That's why I was telling you I'm so big on vision boards. I'm really
big.
Just encouraging us, educating us how to be better, how to live better, how to, encouraging one another. It don't cost me nothing to tell you, oh girl, I like that outfit. Your hair is cute. You know, I'm surprised how many women don't even hear that in a whole month.
Well, girl, I see your hair and I like it.
I'm thankful for all the people that I've met throughout my life, throughout my past. Because just by giving that little light, even the ones that didn't get the light, the ones that did get the light actually helped me build my life. So I'm thankful for everybody who I've met along my path.
I am so proud of you.
Thank you.
Yes, so am I.
Is there anything you want to share with our viewers before we?
When is your next show in ATL?
So my next show in Atlanta is actually November 12th.
We there, babe. You hear that?
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm in Texas.
Okay.
I'm in Texas.
When I just look, okay, I got you, because I will tell you when I come there too. I just left Texas.
I want to know about that.
Make her ass come down in Atlanta November 12th.
Well, you know my birthday's in November. November 20th. I'm a Scorpio.
I don't care.
Y'all scoot up. No,
I will sing now. You put me in a corner.
You got a stinger.
You put me in a corner, I will sing.
We'll be there, boo. We'll be
there.
there.
Where you at November 12th? Let the viewers know.
I'm gonna be at the exclusive.
Exclusive in ATL.
Yeah.
Right there off of Moreland.
Okay.
That's okay.
Can we do a live up in there just for our viewers?
Anywhere I'm at, you can, baby.
All right, that sounds like a plan. Listen, boo, before we finish up and before you go, because I know you're super busy, is there anything you want to tell our audience about the topic that we touched on today?
I do. I want you guys to know that domestic violence is definitely an issue, not only, in one state, but in every state. And us women really need to encourage one another, show some love to one another, especially right now, the times we're going through. You're surprised how much people are going through domestic violence right now. Now, in my opinion, on a funny note, it's because we trapped in the house with the wrong motherfuckers. But it's, I'm just saying. But a lot is real, and it hurts, and it breaks up these families.
Oh my gosh.
We need our families to stick together. We don't even know what we're about to go through. You don't have time to have the fight within your home, and then we all have to still fight out here.
Say it.
You need your man to step up and encourage you as well. You need your man to be, supportive and a provider. And right now he needs our support because it's crazy. None of us have ever seen what's going on right now.
Mm-mm.
If you got you a good woman, you better hold on to her and love her. Women really only want to eat. We want,
I'm vegan,
show a nigga
so
some
let's
love.
be specific. I'm vegan.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Look,
Bitch,
we really just want to eat.
fried leaves
You know what I'm
and
saying?
boiled
Show us some
bread.
attention every now and then. More now than not. But, we want attention. We want food.
Mhm.
And we want you to respect
We
our
want love.
boundaries.
Yes.
All you
But
got to
the
do
thing
is
is
be
that y'all
loyal.
saying food and you saying you a vegan, but
Look,
what you're saying
loyal,
food-wise is
love,
food like
and
soy,
food.
the soul, the mental.
Mental,
You know what I'm saying?
physical,
Exactly.
emotional.
That's what we want to be
It's all
fed.
together, like the mental food, the heart food, the
Right. Soul.
the
The
soul,
right nutrients to
nutrients.
build this,
I'm
all
telling
this.
Right.
y'all,
Everybody
right.
wants a woman to follow the man, but where is you leading me to?
I ain't
Where's
going
this
over in that
going?
ditch. You going to the ditch. I ain't
Where's
going
the
to the ditch.
foundation?
You trying to go over there?
Right.
with
Where's the
goddamn
road behind
we
it?
doing
Solid
that.
foundation.
Right. Right. Where is it going? Where is it leading? What are we
And
doing?
we just need one another right now. And if you are, I'm sure that men are going through a lot. They got a lot on their plate.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I
Yeah.
don't want to knock them out either because they go through as well.
And you
Their
got some
ego
but
is
you
just so
don't-
high they don't let
That
it be
doesn't give you
known.
the right to hit me, to put your hands on me, to belittle or break me when I'm trying to be supportive of you.
And that's what I want to say as well.
Because once
It's not
you come through
only
these doors and you close them,
right.
me and you.
But it's not only women that go through domestic violence, and that's what I want to
I
voice
know.
out now.
I know. I told
Men
you I
go
was
through it as well. They do. It's just their ego is so high
and
that
most
it
of
just
theirs
don't
is
let it be
emotional.
known.
I mean, not emotional. It's verbal.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Of these men are going through
Verbal, mental, emotional.
No
on
matter
the
what
men's side,
age,
yes.
no matter what
It's-
age
it's-
they
it's
are,
the fact.
they have a
Yes.
big responsibility
Right.
in front of them on
I
top
just
of their
wanted you guys
shoulders
to know that I'm
to be a man.
man.
Yeah.
And what they think what a woman expects of them is a lot of pressure on them. Yes, it is.
Just wanted to show you a little piece. Thank you. Goodbye. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, you good. We're gonna finish up.
If you little nosy people up
Listen, that's okay. November 12th, you said, right?
Yeah, so November 12th,
We're
I'm
gonna be
supposed
there.
to be in
Yes.
Atlanta.
We definitely
at
gonna
the,
be there. We're definitely gonna
Uptown.
uptown. Listen,
I'll
uptown,
send you the
west
flyer
town,
as
it
soon as
don't
they
matter.
give it to you.
Definitely.
And
We
then
there.
you guys, posted with that. But things are finally
Yes.
open. I'm working again. Like I'm back in Vegas on Tuesday, and then back here on.
Oh, what
We here,
happens
let's
in Vegas,
promote.
stay in Vegas.
And outside of that, let's promote each other for sure, like we always
Absolutely.
do.
I just promoted you on here. I just got to tell
Oh
you.
my gosh, no, you did. No, you did. Lord Jesus.
Tiny.
Listen, boo. Just so you know, we'll be also going live. So anytime you're ready, I'll send you the invite. If you want to come on, we'll be live next
More than
month
welcome.
in November for
I
our
sure
viewers to
will.
come on and ask questions and all that. And we do appreciate you coming.
And you
joining
let
us.
me know if you need anything from me. I got you, girl. You look. I don't care. Even if you just need to shoot away
And
for
that's what I mean by a woman
whatever.
empowerment.
That all I need you to know is you are not alone. Okay.
You're not, girl. We all here. We all
have some good days. You're gonna have some bad
including
days,
you,
and I ain't
Boomarang. We a team.
to take it back. But if you do, know that you come first.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You hear that?
We love you, boo.
come first.
I love you too.
Based off
I
the
love you
subject,
too.
So if
you
he
come
coming
first.
back,
Yo,
if he coming with some act right,
Remain outspoken.
Yes, absolutely.
outspoken. I am. And I qualify. I qualify because I be talking.
I know that's right. Listen, everybody, check out Boomarang ATO. She said Midtown, November 12th. Look it up, check it out. We're gonna be there for our girl. We supporting.
BOOMARANG. I want y'all to follow me. Let me tell y'all, I actually got casted for the mass comic.
Wait, casting for what? I need to go
Oh, the
in.
mass comic. Check it
Well,
out.
then let me know, because I go look.
So
I'll be
I
over there
perform
auditioning.
on
But
there.
they
in
gotta
a full
cover their
mask.
face. Check it
Yeah,
out.
so I'm in a full mask, so you don't know who I am. So it rolls out October 31st. So
Congratulations.
thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
ma'am. I'm sharing.
And then the other thing is I just got a residency in Vegas. So
Hey now, hold on
I'll
a second.
be
You
out
get me
there
a
once a
reason to go
month.
down to Vegas?
Girl.
Woo! Let me know,
So
baby.
you know, y'all
Let
need
me
to get
know.
on the flight.
Baby, we go
I'm
to
there.
Vegas.
I'm there.
We ready to go to Vegas,
But
baby.
I love you. I am so proud of you. I am gonna remain outspoken. You three ladies remain
You two stay blessed.
outspoken, and don't let nobody get in the way of you being great.
Absolutely.
Amen.
My last take on this.
Tell them they can roll with you or get rolled over.
Amen to that.
Amen.
Shit, I roll niggas over all day. Let's go. What happened? Say it.
Please make sure if you're in a domestic violence situation,
Reach out.
please reach out and get some help. Find
Say
some place
something,
to
y'all.
go.
You gotta say something because we can't help you if you don't say nothing.
Closed
And
mouths don't get fed.
that's what they want. They don't want you to
Or
tell.
safe bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't want you to tell anyone.
It is help out there.
There is help. Look, there's help, guns, and cars. And
Boomerang, you win it.
shit. We got
We love you, girl.
Look, we got 9
honey.
All right, boom.
All right. Okay, baby. Have a good night. And I love
Go,
you.
bye-bye. God bless.
blessings
God
and more.
bless you.
Yes.
And y'all keep being great.
You
Amen.
too, baby.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.